I bring my sage sausage stuffing to every Thanksgiving feast. I absolutely love it. Let me show you how I make it. Fire up my Blackstone griddle, grab some avocado oil and a little bit of butter, fresh garlic, onion, and celery. Mix the veggies together. Grab some Jimmy Dean sage sausage. I love it because it has a lot of sage in there. Veggies looking really good. You want to chop that sausage up, and as it starts to cook, just mix it up with the veggies. Grease from the sausage is magic, and my goodness, this is what you're left with. It looks so good. A couple loaves of sourdough bread, chop it up into cubes, down into the sausage and the veggies. The bread's gonna absorb all the grease, all the oils from the food. My goodness, you wanna stop though and do a taste test whenever you can. Grab a cast iron Dutch oven, load everything into the Dutch oven, then it's time for seasoning. I use a blend that contains everything from rosemary to sage to garlic, pepper, salt, a little bit of everything, mix it up, add a little more as I need to. Chicken stock, same thing, everything is to taste. I beat some eggs for a binder, mix it up, open up the Bronco in with the Dutch oven. I'm gonna set the temperature at 400 degrees, sit back and let the smoke roll. Cooking time is going to depend on how much you have and where you have that pellet grill set, but for me it took about 45 minutes, and take a look at that. Oh my, let's give it a try.
Carrots have become my requested go-to year after year side dish to bring to Thanksgiving, so I figured, let me show you which ones I'm making this year to add to the table. These are buttery, garlicky, herby, and finished with a drizzle of hot honey, all on the Blackstone. Start by peeling your carrots, then cut them on a bias, tossing them in a large mixing bowl with a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and Blackstone Tuscan herb seasoning, which is my favorite. This gets every piece coated before they hit the griddle for that perfect even golden color. And the best part about this is you can prep this the night before, throw it in the fridge or a baggie until you're ready to cook, making the holidays and dinner even that much faster. While they hang out, we'll prep by chopping up some fresh garlic along with some fresh rosemary. Now preheat your Blackstone to medium heat and drop those seasoned oiled carrots right on the griddle. Spread them out and let them sizzle. Don't move them too soon. You want them to hang out and caramelize along the edges and build up that beautiful rustic color. When it is time to give them a toss, you want to make sure that you get the other side of these carrots nice and caramelized and colored as well. You can use a dome at this point if you want to help cook these a little bit faster, but they really are quick because we cut them so nice and thin. Make sure they're cooking evenly on an even layer. Using your spatula to spread them out, you can check with a sharp knife for doneness. Right before they are perfectly tender, we'll drop down some butter, all of that chopped up fresh garlic, and our rosemary. Give it one last mix. It's going to hang out for another minute or two before we drizzle on that hot honey. Once that hot honey and butter starts to bubble on the griddle, it's going to turn into this beautiful thickened glaze. You can plate these up with a post-dust of extra rosemary, a little more Tuscan herb, and garnish it to make that holiday table beautiful with some extra fresh rosemary sprigs. I'm telling you, this one, the whole family is gonna love.
I'm more interested in the side dishes than I am necessarily about the turkey, the ham, whatever that might be. So today I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious sweet potato maple sausage hash. Now, as it is in the name, there's two components I really feel like you have to have: maple sausage and sweet potatoes. I don't want you to focus so much on the recipe, but let's start on technique maybe. So if you've ever hacked into a sweet potato, you understand that those things are dense. So I'm chopping them up into small bites for a couple of reasons. Number one, it fits on a fork better. But number two, it's gonna cook quicker. So the thicker they are, the longer you're gonna have to steam, the longer you're gonna have to cook, and so on and so on. So I've got a little bit of oil here. Of course, chop up your sausage. Make sure that it's not in large bites because we want everything to be relatively small in nature. Now, this is something that you don't have to do, but I think it really enhances the richness and the depth of the recipe. Use chicken broth to steam as opposed to water. You'll understand what I'm talking about when you have a taste. Now, today for my vegetables, I'm using some celery, some yellow onion, and some red skin potatoes as well. Now, you'll notice I put these on after my sweet potatoes. And the reason for that is the technique part of this. The sweet potatoes just need a little more time to cook, a little more time to get that nice char, which is what we're looking for. So season as you like. I like salt and pepper. Here in a little bit, we're gonna do chicken griddle, but really the point is technique. Make sure that the ingredients that take less time to cook are the ones that you put on after. Now let's mix all these ingredients up together, and I'm gonna add some more of that chicken broth. Again, use water if you like, but I promise you it comes in clutch when it comes to the flavor profile of this. You're gonna love it so much. Allow it to steam a little bit, and then if you've ever smelled sage, it smells like the holiday. So we cannot forget to add a nice dash of that all over those ingredients. Let's incorporate everything. And now, as you'll notice, again, with the technique, everything is kind of in the same size, right? So at the very end, along with technique, we're gonna add a little bit of maple syrup. We do it at the end because we don't want things to burn. This is gonna add a nice glaze. It's gonna make everything real glossy and elegant and beautiful to the eye. And as we all know, we eat with our eyes first. So I added some dried cranberries, a couple of crushed almonds, and then we're gonna plate it up however you like. This is family style, so I've got a nice serving dish. I'm gonna kind of post garnish, if you will, with some of those craisins and some of those crushed pecans. But this is a dish everybody will be coming back for more.
Here's a Thanksgiving classic with a little bit of an elegant twist. Let's make a sweet potato casserole, Ratatouille style. I've got my pizza oven set on low. I'm gonna melt a stick of butter, and while that's melting, I'm gonna peel and thinly slice a few sweet potatoes. Once that stick of butter's melted, add it to your thinly sliced sweet potatoes with some brown sugar and vanilla. I found this bourbon vanilla bean paste, and I'm just gonna use it. Add some cinnamon and just a little dash of cayenne pepper. Trust me here, it works beautifully with the sweetness of the potatoes and the brown sugar. Toss that up until everything is well combined. Stack it up and arrange it in a circular pattern. Whatever juices is left in that bowl, pour it on top because we're not going to waste that. Cover it with tin foil, and then we're going to bake it off in our pizza oven for about 20 to 25 minutes covered. For the topping, we're going to make a simple crumble using some pecans, room temperature butter, flour, brown sugar, cinnamon. Mix it until it's good and crumbly, and then we're just going to add that to the top of our dish, put it back into the pizza oven, and let it bake off until everything is nice golden brown on top. Since we covered the sweet potatoes and baked them off first, it allowed them to steam under that tin foil in the brown sugar and all of that butter and get nice and soft. I promise y'all are gonna love this twist on a Thanksgiving classic.
This time of year, we always have those staples that we absolutely love. The turkey, the standing rib roast, the ham, whatever it may be. But sometimes coming up with a fantastic, delicious side dish can be a little problematic. So in this video, we're gonna do some pancetta Brussels sprouts with a bit of balsamic glaze. They're fantastic, they're sweet, they're savory, they're all those wonderful things that we love. Let me show you how I like to do it.
Let's start on medium-ish heat and render out some pancetta. I've got some sliced Brussels sprouts, I've got some onions, you can use yellow onions or red onions, but I'm also using shallots and garlic all thinly sliced. Once the fat is rendered, we're gonna throw all of our vegetables right into that beautiful liquid gold. You could use bacon if you wanted to. I just really like the flavor of pancetta. Now mix everything together, hit it with a bit of salt and pepper, and toss it around and let it cook for 5-6 minutes, just until you get a bit of color and the onions start to soften. I like to add some fresh rosemary, I like to add some cranberries for just a little bit of sweetness, and then we can mix everything back together. The pancetta gets crispy, the Brussels sprouts are almost fully cooked. You don't wanna go to mush. No one likes mushy vegetables. Now for some sweetness, let's add some balsamic glaze and immediately give it a toss. You can cut the heat if you want, or just move quick. You don't want the sugars to burn. I like to serve this family style. You can serve like individual portions if you want to, but it's Thanksgiving. Hit it with some cheese, garnish with a bit more of that sweet glaze. This really is one of those dishes for people that dislike Brussels sprouts very much. I think you could convince them. I think you could change their mind. Either way, if you love them, if you don't love them, give this one a try and have a very, very happy Thanksgiving.
What's that one thing that needs to be on that Thanksgiving menu? For me, it's gotta be that green bean casserole. I mean, what's there not to like here? You got green beans, got some fried onions, some cheese, cream of mushroom soup, some other goodies. Y'all, I feel like you'll love it as well. And it was so easy. You don't have to tie up your oven or anything like that. I'm gonna show you how I do it on the Blackstone griddle. It's gonna be some good groceries. Let's get started. We're gonna start on a pre-warmed griddle on a low heat. We're gonna add a good tablespoon and a half of butter. Right to the center, we're gonna add half of onion diced. And we want to cook this for 2 to 3 minutes until it's nice and softened. Also to this, we're gonna add some Blackstone Essentials blend. Once the onions are nice and softened, we're gonna add 3 cans of French style green beans. I like using the French style green beans. I just feel like a lot more flavor gets in them. Gonna toss those around in all that butter and onion goodiness. Once those are nice and tossed, we're gonna add our cream of mushroom soup. We're gonna add just a little bit of half and half in that can just to get all that goodness of cream of mushroom soup out. Gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. Gonna add some chicken bouillon. This is gonna give a nice little chickeny flavor. And mix that up really, really well. And this is where I like to taste for seasoning, give that a taste. If it needs to add something, add it. Once it's to your liking, we're gonna add about 4 ounces of shredded cheese into that mixture and mix that up really well. Get you a dish that you wanna serve this in, and we're just gonna scoop all that mixture out, put it in the dish. I like to top that with a little bit more of the cheese. After that, we're gonna add some onions to the griddle top. I just wanna get those kind of warmed up, warmed through, and we're gonna add those to the top. I wanna put a dome right over this dish and put a little bit of steam to it, a little bit of water, so that it melts that cheese on top. After about a minute, we're gonna take the top off, and man, look at this. Look at that bubbly goodness right there. Good night in the morning. And there you have it, perfect green bean casserole made right onto the Blackstone griddle. Happy Thanksgiving from Hussey, y'all.